Kojo on a modern African city, steady evening like Accra, stepped on his balcony, looking down. With a wistful kind of face, his clothes were modest but comfortable. His heart was filled with longing, a sense of emptiness that his day job would never, ever fill. Kojo, one of his rich friends, pulled up in his driveway with a sleek, deep-sea blue electric car. A feeble sound of luxury. Inside, Ajoa, a stylish woman who was draped in vibrant silk, was laughing beamingly. Ama, Kojo's wife, sat at a simple wooden table, working on a savings ledger with head bowed. Her eyes were gentle but equally full of concentration. Kojo was frustrated with his slow progress. He stood next to a tall stack of metaphorical building blocks. The thought of failing to reach his goals troubled him seriously. He yearned for the fast way and looked toward a high-speed glass and chrome elevator that seemed to be shooting straight up through his skyscraper. He sensed a chance to shoot to the top. Over a jagged, slow-moving path, Kojo seemed to be leaping effortlessly onto a smooth and illuminated, golden-tinted platform. Kojo, Kojo's wife, held a glass of expensive golden liquid and sat in a slightly dim bar. He leaned in closely with a secretive and excited smile on his face. He pitched to Kojo something unprecedented. A holographic green stock market graph floated above the bar table, transforming rapidly into a stylish image of a massive luxury house. Kojo's smartphone was illuminated with heavy red and blue light, a complicated crypto investment app interface. The app had a large confirm button and a locked padlock icon. Ama was smiling. Her eyes were tired and full of genuine hope as she held a drawing of a small plot of land. Yet the smile on Kojo was false. On his wristwatch, a miniature holographic digital contract glowed unseen. He pretended to be happy, but this secret was heavy. His motivation was for her, a dreamy image of a joyful Ama wearing diamond jewels and laughing in a high-rise penthouse over the city. He wanted to be a proud provider. He visualized himself as a strong king standing on top of a pile of golden coins, protecting a miniature house. The silence was ice cold between Kojo and Ama. They sat at opposite ends of a long dinner table. A physical wall of thick gray fog was rising between them. Kojo left a day job on the left while he kept awake at 3 a.m. in a dark room, staring anxiously at green and red cryptographs. Ama was happily planting a tiny sapling on a muddy, undeveloped plot of land. The background was changing into Kojo's dark apartment where he stared obsessively at his smartphone. Kojo was horror at 3 a.m. Only his smartphone screen was illuminated. His eyes were wide as the jagged red line on his graph plunged straight down. He was sweating. Ama's savings were floating as golden dust, sucked into a vast, cold digital server farm, glowing blue halfway across the world. Kojo and Ama were sitting in the living room, neither speaking. Kojo was looking at the floor in shame. Ama was looking blankly out the window, cold gray morning light. A towering castle of perfectly balanced glass bricks was shattering into thousands of pieces without a single sound in deep space. The front door opened, and there were men in dark formal suits holding official papers. There was a visible moving box in the hallway. Ama's face was stoic but unmoving. Her eyes were reflecting a tiny internal image of their home crumbling into dust. A delicate glass vase was sitting precariously on a shelf, which was shaking slightly, symbolizing fragile peace that doesn't explode, just sits and strains. Ama stood perfectly still among half-packed cardboard boxes in the center of the living room, staring with intense silence directly at Kojo, who was avoiding eye contact. Ama was holding a toy brick, his home, and sadly looked at Kojo, who was holding a pair of large toy dice, gambling, showing their different goals. The ground beneath Amma's feet was turning into shifting sand and slipping away, leaving her floating as she looked at Kojo with betrayal. The Accra city skyline was glowing warm, as the sun set and sharply transitioned into a close-up of Kojo's apartment, falling into deep shadow. Kojo was sitting alone on the bare floor of the dark apartment, holding his hands together in the dark, symbolizing regret and the loss of connection.